Good afternoon and welcome to Turbo Tortoise Tech. It's not Wednesday but a Thursday, my dudes, because it's been very busy time at Evetech as they've been setting up the new Intel 12th Gen Experience Center. I have done a full little vlog video with some pretty cool interviews with some major influencers and major personnel within our gaming community, which is on Evetech YouTube, so do go check that out. It is actually quite a fun one. But looking into the store this week, a lot has happened. A lot of new stuff has come up and a lot more specials and stuff are available from various brands. So starting off at the top with Steelseries, they've just launched another clearance special, another set of deals with the Octus 7 range and well the Octus 9 as well. Now my favorite wireless gaming headset is the Octus 7P, which I found absolutely amazing, and now the Octus 9 is less than that. It's the same but better. So yeah, now that is making a lot of sense at $3,000. Like, it's very difficult to beat. The wireless and battery on the Steelseries is the best that I've ever tested. So if that's sort of like your flavor, then it's not a discount. And then LG has launched some specials of their own, which do include some really nice monitors. One of them is going to be making it into the top 10. Spoiler alert, it's the 1440p 32-inch because that's the cheapest at that price point that is available on the store. But if that's not your flavor, they do have proper, design panels, QHD stuff, ultra wides. Like you can see there's actually quite a decent variety right now. MSI has also got a pretty cool special going on as they are launching a whole bunch of new products, and you can get 100 USD off depending on the models that you are looking for. So it's like the Z690s, some liquid cooling stuff, their new power supplies which are coming out. They've got some cases as well, gaming chairs, whole bunch of stuff. Some of it's not on Evetech just yet, but I'm sure as those update, then you'll be eligible to redeem against those. But for now, you can obviously get the liquid cooling and the Z690 motherboards. The clearance deals are also still active on Evetech Store, so this section hasn't really changed much. There was one major addition which I'm going to bring you, or one change which I'm going to bring to your attention now quickly as soon as I can find it, was this. The RX 6600 was even further reduced in price now to 6,800 for the XFX version. This is literally the Toyota Taz of GPUs. The 8GB RAM is going to set you up for any 1080p gaming without it running out of video memory and causing performance loss. And the RX 6600 is more than capable. I'm using it currently on the test bench for some of the more entry-level processors, which we will be bringing out next week, and it's flies. Like the price versus performance here is very good, and the overall build quality on the XFX I'm very impressed with. It is AMD's basically like in-house brand, as it were, so you'd expect it to be pretty decent quality, and it is basically made to spec for these chips. So performance on cooling is great. I never hear the card, it never kicks up a storm, never makes any fuss. Performance is great. But now, starting with the top 10 at number 11 with an honorable mention, Monster just doesn't get enough love. Like, it's really good audio products. I can't stress enough how good the bang for buck is with these. The build quality and everything is fantastic. This specific set, the Mission V1, if I remember correctly, is normally like about $1,000. So the fact that they're now $700 is just kind of mind-blowing. These even have noise cancelling built into them, so wireless charging as well for them. Like, they've got a whole bunch of really quick, really cool features in them, and the audio quality and build quality is really good at the money. They're like super hard to beat. But starting off with the top 10 at number 10, it's a Cololight 2-meter strip, 60 LEDs, addressable, comes with a remote, a remote function where you can sort of, set it up as how you want to, like with the wireless functions and stuff in their app, and it's actually pretty cool, like the way it all works together. And these are already on sale. They've just landed at the store, and already there's a deal, a special going out for this. So I've got the triangle kit above me, and I've got the Cololight hexagonal on the test bench area and in the studio, and I've done a full review on both of those. I will be getting a strip probably this weekend, so I might have something up in the studio next week. But having used all of their product now, it is pretty good stuff, I've got to say. Once it's all set up and connected on your phone, it's super seamless. You can do absolutely everything from there, which is kind of nice. At number 9 is the Corsair Elgato Wave 1. At the price point now, this makes a lot of sense. It's not much better quality than a lot of the mics. There are some mics that are cheaper, like the Ceremonic MV2000, that will be very comparable to this. Just the software is what you're getting with Elgato. It's one thing. Their software is just that much superior, so doing your setup is just that much easier. At number 8, it's the best SSD you can get for the money, especially where reliability is concerned. Nothing touches Samsung. They are by far the most reliable drives around. And the 980 is a very good one. It's not a Pro, but as you can see with the read and write, it's almost the maximum of Gen 3. And this is just a really good drive. They are coming with a 5-year warranty as well. So you are covered for a decent amount of time, but build quality, quality of the product, its longevity, etc., Samsung's untouchable. At number 7, it's something on my wish list for review. I don't know why I don't have one of these yet, but it's a Model D wireless. $4,000 now. They started life off, like it says there, like 1,500, but this next week it's already down to $1,000. This is coming with the brand new BAMF, which hopefully doesn't have delay on it. This one I need to test one, man, but it does look very promising. And for those who prefer more ergo sort of setup, this is absolutely perfect. Weight's impressive as well. Again, they got it down to 69 grams with full wireless, etc. 71 hours probably doesn't include the RGB on. That's probably without RGB, etc. So you can probably look at it about 40-45 hours with RGB. So normal gameplay week, it should last you, which is a big improvement over the previous generation stuff. So this is quite promising. At number 6, it's the best price $240 on the store right now with this Antec Symphony. 3-year warranty, really good build quality on this. I've actually done 4 kits now. I owned the first edition Mercury, which there's huge upgrades from then to where we are now. The pump head just being a great example of that. Like they've taken real leaps and bounds in Antec, and they're actually putting like real effort into their product. As of late, I've been super happy with it. We did a full PC build with it, even with the unified 240mm fan with literally the previous gen of this cooler, and it was absolutely perfect. So at 1,400 Rand, there isn't a better cooler on the store. At number 5, it's time to upgrade your RAM with really fast 4000 CL19 stuff, because these work like super seamlessly. I did 3 of the new AMD processors on 4000 CL19, and I'm doing the more entry level 5500, 4500, and 4100. And once again, 4000 MHz CL19, absolutely no problems, no skipping a beat, and it's free performance because it's single core latency enabling, like or it boosts that single core performance. Also, if you've got premium DDR4 on your Intel, as I've shown with the 12th gen stuff, if you look at entry level DDR5, it's like 3 times the price. So at the money, this makes a lot of sense. If you are still getting even a 12th gen chip and setup, get the premium DDR4 if you want to save those RONs and sacrifice like 1 or 2% performance. And number 4, it's the LG that I was promising you. We just did the 27 N600, which was completed by the boy Jackie, so that is on the channel. So if you're looking at a 4K option, that's like under, or 2K option, sorry, that's under $5,000. That's a very good option. But this is a high refresh rate option for 7 with 165 Hz refresh rate. This price versus performance just strikes me as the deal right now. If you're looking at getting into 1440p at a high refresh rate, this is the way to do it. It is slightly, obviously, less pixel density than a 27 at 1440, but it's still higher than a 27 at 1080. So it will still be pretty sharp, but with the size and everything, and then beautiful large like game environments like The Witcher as an example, or an older example, Doom and that sort of stuff, it'll look absolutely beautiful. In the 3rd spot this week, it's a budget kit with this Ryzen 5500. I just started doing work on this processor, and it's running absolutely beautifully in basically the same environment as the 5600. The physics scores and stuff on Firestroke are pretty damn close together. It's like a 5600, just less some cache. So it's a little bit worse at multi-threaded processing, but where gaming performance is concerned, it's right on the money. This kit for $6,000 with a board and the decent 3600 MHz memory as well is really, really nice and attractive. But in the 2nd spot, the best sort of price versus performance upgrade kit that I can see right now is this 12400F, because the 12th gen stuff is just disgusting in its performance delivery, especially in gaming and single core processing. And this 12400F keeps up with the big boys with a bit of tuning and stuff. So with a really good motherboard like this B660A from MSI that has a huge amount of MOSFETs and power phasing as the way it does, you wouldn't even be limited to this processor. in the future you'd be able to buy 12700, and because now with the 5.6 from 5B560 onwards with Intel, you've been able to do RAM overclocking. You can actually get the full speed of the 3600 megahertz kit, and as was shown with DDR4 versus DDR5, it's a couple percent performance loss that you are losing, but obviously saving quite a lot of money. I mean, 32 gigs of DDR5 is still like 5-6 grand. So at 8599, this thing is really well prepped. The motherboard as well, I just wanted to keep it on this picture because there's display outs on it. It's got VGA and a display and an HDMI. So you'll be able to connect up like multiple monitors, even with an onboard graphics card, which leads me to go, oh, when this thing's at EOL, you keep it with a 12400F, or you get a normal 12400 that has integrated graphics on it, swap someone for a processor perhaps, something that's more entry level, but that has integrated graphics, and you've got a perfect media center PC at the end of its lifetime, especially with the sound card, because they've actually put an optical on the sound card as well. So it's really nicely set up for that. It's got M.2 cooling as well. It's like budget premium, so it's got all of the premium feature sets just at a more budget line. Like for instance, it's got 2.5 gigabit LAN. So it's a very nicely set up motherboard, processor and RAM combination for this money. At this price, there's just nothing that compares. And similarly, in the number one spot, it's Evetech, which I generally don't like. I think actually they're pretty ugly looking graphics card, but if you're not worried about how it looks, it does come with a 3-year warranty, and it is still a 3070 Ti, which is like a gimped 3080, right? So it's like in that gap between the 3070 and the 30, it's quite convincing over the 3070, but still not quite a 3080. Regardless, at the price point, these do make the most sense, really. Price versus performance, rand per frame rate spent, this is the ultimate right now. 15k for this as well is just kind of a sick price. Yes, it is kind of hideous. I mean, the card itself, it's not very, they didn't do a very pretty finish on it, but cooling, everything should be good enough. It's got a 3-year warranty. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't ask for more really at the price point. Just be aware it is a bit of a thirsty child, and it will child like 290 watts off your power supply. Anywho, that is all I have for you today, and this buyer's guide has been a bit of a longer one. Sorry, there was just a lot to cover, a lot of things happening. There are obviously more reviews coming out. I'm going to be doing trying to finish that Deepcool CK560 for tomorrow, and then next week we will have the other 3 new Ryzen processors come out, and then there's Harmonic reviews, and then Model D wireless, and you can kind of see there's a lot going on. So keep it locked here on Evetech Tube, and I will see you on the flip side.